The Bachelorette recap: Tia blindsides Becca with shocking admission about her feelings for Colton. Hometown dates took a backseat when Tia Booth returned to blindside Becca Kufrin with a shocking admission about her feelings for Colton during the Monday, July 16, episode of The Bachelorette. Ghosts of Girlfriends Past. Becca was nervous that Colton wasn't ready for a commitment given his lack of experience. He'd never even brought a girl home to Parker, Colorado, before, and his family didn't make things any easier on her. Colton's father implored Becca not to pick him if she didn't think he was the one and grilled her about her honesty regarding her engagement to Ari Luyandique Jr. Becca was optimistic when she left Colton, though, since he told her he was in love with her. When Becca returned to Los Angeles following hometown dates, she sat down with Tia and her other friends from Ari's season of The Bachelor to dissect her feelings. Tia pulled her aside once she discovered Colton was in the running to tell Becca she still had feelings for him, and it made her sick at her stomach to think that Colton could get Becca's final rose. Only getting stronger. Blake showed Becca around his high school in Bailey, Colorado, and recalled how a school shooting that occurred when he was a senior changed his outlook on life. Then, he surprised her with a concert in the auditorium by her favorite singer, Betty Who. Blake's family was mostly supportive of his romance with Becca, but his mother worried about him experiencing another heartbreak after a previous breakup almost made him give up on love. However, Becca's feelings for Blake only grew after meeting his family, and she raved about seeing him and his family in her life forever. The Seeds of Love. Garrett introduced Becca to his family's agriculture business in his hometown of Manteca, California. The pair's outdoor adventures made Becca think again that Garrett reminded her of her father. Becca was apprehensive about meeting his family, knowing the damage Garrett's ex-wife had done and how protective his family would be as a result. Garrett's family put up a strong offense, informing Becca about how hurt Garrett was when his marriage ended. Garrett ultimately thought he had his family's blessing to get engaged to Becca when the visit was over, and Becca gushed that she felt everything was falling into place with Garrett. Not chicken anymore. Becca expressed her disappointment during last week's episode that Jason had been guarded about how he was feeling. Jason, who thought his relationship with Becca had surpassed those of his competitors but didn't want to say anything he didn't mean, had a lightbulb moment in Buffalo, New York, when his brother urged him to tell Becca that he was in love with her, and after their perfectly polite time with his family, Jason declared just that, albeit in a more drawn-out fashion, to Becca. "It's not her, it's you." An angry Becca was conflicted over how to proceed after hearing from Tia, but said their conversation didn't change her decision. After Colton awkwardly asked Chris Harrison about what would be expected of him in the fantasy suite as a virgin, Becca sent Colton packing during the rose ceremony, citing his father's request as the reason why she couldn't take him any further. The Bachelorette airs on ABC Mondays at 8 p.m. ET.
Yeah.